Hello there and welcome to the 5-Day Cooking Challenge. I'm Elizabeth Hines from the Autoimmune Free Cooking Club, and I'm super glad you're here. Why ever you're here, maybe you are brand new to paleo cooking as a way of managing your disease. Maybe you're old hat at it, but you've kind of gotten out of the habit of cooking. You know, we all get kind of lazy sometimes. It's not really lazy, we just kind of let life take over, and that's okay, it happens. So I'm hoping that this will be a great jump start for you, the beginning of the school year, or even if you don't have school age kids. There's something about fall that just like gets us back in that mode of, okay, summer's over, we gotta be serious and get a hold of things again. You know, that's why it's popular to do elimination diets in the fall, actually. January, yes, of course, but also in the fall because it's just a great time to reset. So, I'm super glad that you're here. Day one, our menu is Cowboy Burgers, sweet potato fries, and salad. So, I'm going to get started by par cooking my bacon, which just means I'm cooking it partly. Because it's going to go in my burgers and it's going to cook completely in my burgers. But if you don't cook it a little bit first, it will cause your burgers to be tough. It'll like draw them up. I don't know any other way to say that. But you know how you put your bacon in the pan, it's this long, and when it's cooked, it's this long. So it has all that water or fat, it's mostly fat, that cooks out, renders out, and the bacon shrinks up. So we want some of that to happen in the pan ahead of time and not in our burgers. So this might look strange. These are my kitchen scissors. I use them only for food, and of course then we wash them all the time. But a good sharp pair of scissors are a great kitchen tool. So rather than cooking the bacon and having to flip it and all that kind of stuff, we just go ahead and cut it into pieces, and then it's super manageable. I'm just, once it's cooked, I'll take it out with a slotted spoon, and I don't have to crumble it. Like this is that step. So, highly recommend a pair of kitchen scissors. So, I turn my oven on to 425 for my sweet potato fries. I have a sheet pan with a rim on it and about 2 tablespoons of bacon fat, reserved bacon drippings from the last time I made bacon. And I'm going to put this in the oven just for the fat to melt. And then I'm going to cut my potatoes. So what I have today are 3 Japanese sweet potatoes. I've scrubbed these, but I have not taken the skin off. And they're white. So if you have somebody in your house who is giving you a hard time about this healthy cooking and they really just want regular French fries, try to find these Japanese sweet potatoes. I was able to find these at Whole Foods, and that's where I buy them because it's about the only place here where it's really hard where I can find organic sweet potatoes consistently, so I just buy them there. And this is North Carolina. We grow a lot of sweet potatoes in North Carolina, and they'll usually have 2 or 3 varieties, and when they have these, I always buy them. They have a little bit of a different flavor. They're not quite as sweet, in my opinion, as an orange sweet potato, and I love the skin. If your people don't love the skin, then go ahead and peel them. That's completely fine. I was trying to cut down one side like that, and then I'll turn it, but that one was a little bit unwieldy. So are you excited for this week? I hope you are. If you do not already make it a priority to cook Monday through Friday, I really hope you enjoy this process. Find something to do while you're cooking that will make it really fun and enjoyable for you. Let's see if I can get my potatoes all sliced before I need to get that bacon out. So if you're in a hurry, or you want to be really not fussy, cut these into cubes instead of sticks like fries. I almost always cut them into cubes because they'll cook faster that way, and then I can just stir them up. That one's kind of funny to see. Instead of having to flip them, but I'll show you how we have to flip them when they're fried. Go ahead and cut them in the same kind of size stick, but then cut them into cubes. Is there anything better really than the smell of bacon? Bacon and onions. Oh, I love it. Okay, let me get ready for that, and then I'll move on. I don't really need to be particular about draining the fat, but I will get a slotted spoon. Okay, so just kind of let it flop on me. So get them on the pan, and then sort of toss them with the oil in the pot. We melted it in the oven at 425 degrees. But if you go ahead and toss them, and you don't need to spray the tops or anything like that, they'll be totally coated. And the size that you cut your fries, the size sticks that you make, will determine how long they take to cook. I generally say to let them go about 10 minutes and then flip them, no matter what. But they may take 20 minutes, they may take 30 minutes. If you want like big steak fries, they may even take 40 minutes. Usually I do 2 for our family of 4, but we have 3. And they were starting to go bad, so starting to get little eyes on them. So I knew they needed to be cooked. They'll shrink down a little bit. They're kind of, you don't really want to crowd your pan. Mine's a little bit crowded right now. But they'll cook down a little bit, and then I will separate them really well when I flip them. I think sweet potatoes take a lot of salt. And either a lot or a little pepper. Just depends on how much you like the pepper. I want my hands really dry because I want to sprinkle the salt with my hands. I just feel like I get it distributed better. So this is almost there. You don't want your bacon to get crisp. You just want it to really cook down by about half. A few pieces were starting to get a teeny bit crisp. Okay, so salt. I always line my baking sheet with parchment. If I run out of parchment, I have nonstick foil, which also works really well. It just makes your cleanup easier. Okay, so then those go for 10 minutes. If you're cooking something else that needs the oven anywhere from 4 to 475, that's fine for those potatoes. You just cook them at the temperature that you need your other items. But I wouldn't go below 400 because then they'll just kind of bake, and you want them crispy. That's what's so good. Okay, so I'm just draining that out. And I'm going to give this, I might just run my knife through that to give it one more little chop. I'm going to store this so I have it for a future use. Okay, I'm going to get my burgers ready. So these are Cowboy Burgers, and it's just a little something special compared to just plain burgers. If you're following a keto diet, these will be just perfect for that. So this is just 1 pound of grass-fed ground beef. Had it in my freezer, got it out last night and it thawed out. I'm going to mix the burgers up and we'll see how my potatoes are coming along, because these will only take a few minutes to cook, 7 or 8 minutes. You can grill them if you want. I'm probably not going to grill just because I'm videoing, so I can show you. And not everybody has a grill, not everybody can grill, everybody likes to grill. So we'll just do it the way everybody can do it. So I'm just breaking this up a little bit because the more you work your meat, the tougher it's going to become. So nobody wants a tough burger. So I broke that up. I forgot to get my coconut aminos. Alright, cheese is optional. This is a good grass-fed cheddar I found at Whole Foods. So I just want about 1/2 cup. I'm just going to mix it in. You could slice it and put it on top. That's a good way you could give cheese to some people and not other people. That's plenty. Wow. That's a little too much. Can you have too much cheese? Is that possible? Okay, so in goes the cheese. I'll get my bench scraper. If you don't have a bench scraper, please get one. I have this stainless steel one linked on my website. Or just go to Amazon and search bench scraper. It's such a useful kitchen tool. I use mine all the time. So you want a tablespoon of coconut aminos. Clearly I did not measure. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. They may need a little bit more salt than that, but the aminos are salty, so that's why I just put the 1/4 teaspoon in. Some black pepper, and then a tablespoon of my pickled jalapenos. I just pickled a bunch more yesterday, so they're not ready yet. But this batch I did a month or so ago. And that's it, just that little bit will add a lot of flavor. So let me chop these up really finely. You could absolutely add more if everybody in your family really likes that flavor. I want just a teeny bit of it in every bite, but then I may put a little more on top or mix it in a sauce. So that way nobody's getting a huge bite of that if they don't like it. Chop up the rest of this. Just a real quick little extra chop. Okey-dokey. And then just mix it with your hands. So you could absolutely double this recipe. It would be such an easy one to double. I mean, you're only using 4 slices of bacon, so unless you bought it at your meat counter, you have the extra from your package anyway. The one that I use is, gosh, it used to be Peterson's, and they've merged or changed their name or something. Nature's Rancher, maybe. It usually has about 8 slices in it, so that would double perfectly. I think of the recipes I'm making this week, this one is easy to double. The beef stroganoff is easy to double. Pizza popover, not quite so much. You could double the filling really easily, but you really can't make the popover part ahead. And let's see, the soup you could double. Oh, General Tso's chicken. You could totally double General Tso's chicken and freeze it if you wanted. But the burgers are just a natural to go ahead and double and stick one batch in the freezer for a busy day. So just kind of put that into a circle and just by eye try to make 4 pretty equal sized patties. And I still have one in my house who's a little bit of a smaller eater, so I'll generally make her burger a little bit smaller. And then we'll just patty them out. I'm just gonna form them right here on this cutting board. And when my potatoes have about 10 minutes left, I'll get them started. And while that's all going, I'll make my salad. So just press a little bit down in the center, and that way when they cook up, they'll be flat and they won't shrink up. You know, a lot of burgers, they'll shrink up like this and be like this really fat little guy. So just press them down, make a little divot in the center, and it helps with that. Okay, so there are burgers, Cowboy Burgers, ready to go on the stove. Put them over here. All we have left is salad, and I'm going to make a sauce for our sweet potato fries too. Now you obviously can make any vegetables you want, any side dishes that you want. This was my idea, and we have been really loving having a fresh salad with most of our meals, so I'm making salad. So we have a bunch of spinach here. And my timer is about to beep from our 10 minutes with the potatoes. And they look really good already. You can be really fastidious and just flip each one over, or you can just do like I did with the spatula and kind of universally give them a big flip. I guess I should set a good example and not be lazy. I really want to spread them out. They were just way too much on top of each other before. So do you see what I mean when I said just cutting them into cubes and you can just stir them up is a whole lot easier. It's less fussy than this. Okay, back they go. Okay. I love these shredded carrots. I just bought them when my daughter got braces, but they're great to add to slaw or salads, pre-chopped. Super nice. So I have the ingredients and I have linked the recipe. I gotta cut this off because that's bad. For creamy balsamic salad dressing, but you can make lots of others. I have a ranch dressing recipe on the web. Someplace there's honey mustard. That might be with the chicken fingers. And if it's written up as like a dipping sauce, you need to thin it out to be a dressing. You can add some coconut milk, a little vinegar of your choice. You could use water. I would prefer to use something with flavor as opposed to water, but coconut milk, the water part will probably be my first choice. Okay, little chunk of cucumber. I want to make a smoothie in the morning, so I'll use up that spinach. There's our salad. Okay, so this is going to be sort of a hodgepodge of a dip for our French fries or for people to put on their burgers. So this is a little bit of ranch left over from another night. And I have a little bit of mayonnaise. So I'm just going to make it all. And then what we don't eat, I can store back in this jar. So tonight I was going to, instead of making a honey mustard, although honey mustard is really good with sweet potato fries, I'm going to make the spicy one. So this is Frank's Red Hot. I love the flavor. It's not super spicy, just has really good flavor. Coconut aminos, of course. A little bit of sriracha. Just for flavor, really. I'm going to thin it with some of my jalapeno brine. I'm not going to put any of the jalapenos in there. Just the brine. Okay. Let's just see how this is. Just about anything with, you know, mayonnaise base. You can add some herbs to it. Make it sweet. I like to use liquid stevia for a sweet sauce because it's not like sugar that's going to be grainy. It'll be smooth, and then obviously you're not adding the sugar. But a mayonnaise with something red, you know, ketchup, hot sauce, tomato paste. Just, it makes a really yummy sauce, and then add whatever flavors you like. I'm going to taste it with a piece of lettuce. See that? It's really good, but you know what? I want more of this pickly flavor. Put some of that in. Okay, so this will be really good. It'll be a good salad dressing. I did make the creamy balsamic, so we have that. And it'll be a really good dip for our sweet potato fries. So leave that over here. And I think our fries probably have about 8 to 10 more minutes. So I'm going to get my skillet on medium high, really high. Okay, so if you're participating in the cooking challenge via the Facebook group, don't forget to post your pictures. If you're participating via email, you can email me your pictures and I'll include you in the competition, and if it's okay with you, I can post your pictures to the Facebook group. So I'm going to really let that get heated up, and then I will add my burgers. Okay, it's starting to smoke, which I can see and smell, so in they go. And you know, cook them to the doneness that you prefer. Another reason to pre-cook the bacon, you really need the bacon to be done. And if you did not pre-cook, then you would definitely have to have your burgers well done. Ooh, hot. All right, I'm gonna just take my time and flip these guys so they really get, that's what we want, brown and crispy on all sides. Alright, this little skinny one is cooked. I'm going to take him out and taste him for seasoning. It's so tempting to move them, to really let them go. Yum, yum, yum. Alright, so I'm going to spin them just because I'm on this teeny little burner. Okay, so let them go for a couple more minutes there. You could even just brown them on the one side, flip them over, and stick them in the oven with your sweet potato fries. That would be a good hands-off option. How pretty. Alright, I've got to move these to my stove because the steam, the smoke is going to make my smoke detector go off. Alright, let's check our fries. We really want them to have this pretty caramelized color on all sides. You know what? I want them in there for just a couple more minutes. They're done. They're soft. They're cooked all the way through. I just want them a little more crispy. So back in the oven they go for just a couple minutes. Okay, here are our yummy burgers. They smell so good. And our sweet potato fries. So here is day number 1. So delicious Cowboy Burger with the bacon and the cheese cooked right in. White sweet potato fries are just beautiful. Some nice salad. Some fresh veggies out of the garden. My kids call cherry tomatoes tomato bombs. Whoops. Just throw a little bit on the floor. That's no big deal. Okay, here is the 5-day cooking challenge. Day 1, Cowboy Burgers, sweet potato fries, and salad. If you want to make your life easy, cut the potatoes into cubes. They will cook faster and you will not have to worry about flipping them. You just go like this and flip a whole bunch over at once. It is much easier. Oh, and our sauce. So here's our yummy sauce. This kid will not want sauce, so I will not put it on. But I like sauce, so I'm going to give that another try. Really hot, but it's really good. I don't think you need anything on these burgers. But obviously you can top with your favorite stuff. Ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, pickles, all the good stuff. I wouldn't do lettuce because you got your lettuce right here. Don't forget to post your pictures. I'll draw a winner for the prettiest and the ugliest every day. See you back here tomorrow.